boogity, 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 get up on your feet.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the DW Show, the Hall of Fame edition. Yes, that's right. You think I'm going to talk about Michigan today? I think not. What am I going to talk about? Hall of Fame. Why? Because folks, I've had a great career, and I've done probably everything that I ever wanted to do in racing. The one thing that was still out there that was making me really nervous was the Hall of Fame. I wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. I want to be in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And listen, look, it's just me and you, okay? I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you. I'm in a lot of Hall of Fame since I retired, and I love and I'm grateful and thankful for every one of them. But when NASCAR created the NASCAR Hall of Fame, that's the big one. That's the one. If you're a stock car driver, you've raced in NASCAR your whole life, that's the one you want to be in. And so when they inducted the first class, I was okay with that. The guys that got in on the first go-round, they all made sense. The second go-round, I thought, well, yeah, maybe. But then I looked at who got in on the second go-round, and I thought, I'm okay with that. But then when the third go-round, this last time when they started who was nominated and who might get in, I was on pins and needles, I got to tell you. Because let me tell you why. The guys that vote on you, there are 50 of them, plus a fan vote. And right up front, I want to tell you, the fans, you guys, you made the difference. In all 3 years, in all 3 classes, I've been one of the top vote getters from the fans. And that means the world to me. So thank you very much for that. But when I looked, the first time I sat, and I watched who went in that room to vote, I think it was Mike Joy, I said, Mike, just looking at the voting committee, it might be a while before ODW gets in the Hall of Fame. There were people voting for who gets in that I had maybe some issues with along the way. Car owners, crew chiefs, drivers, racetrack promoters, NASCAR. I can't say that I haven't rubbed people wrong throughout my career at one time or another. So when they start sitting down and saying who should get in the Hall and who shouldn't, and it's not about how many races or how many championships, it's about contributions and are you a good citizen? Have you been a good citizen since you've been in the sport? That's debatable. I'm sure you and I'm sure some of your friends sitting right now say that's very debatable. But I did all I knew how to do. I did the best I knew how to do. So when they started calling out the 5 that are inducted in this class, and of course Brian France, I loved it. I'm sitting there and I got Stevie with me, Hammond, I got all my friends, everybody's there, and Brian France, first thing out of the box, he's a 3-time champion. I said, yes, this is it, I'm in. 3 consecutive championships in a row. What? Not that guy? That guy? It was Cale. I'm okay with Cale. I'm okay with Cale. That's only one down, 4 to go. And then the next one was 3-time champion, 84 wins. Pretty well knew who that was, and it was me. And did I make a fool of myself? I don't know. I was excited. I wasn't going to sit I wasn't going to sit in my chair and nod my head. I could have done a lot more than I did, but I ran up there and I gave O'Brien France a little kiss on the cheek. I don't know, was that the right thing to do? Would you have done that? I mean, if you were excited and somebody called your name and you were in the Hall of Fame and he was on stage and you ran up there, what would you do? Shake his hand? Not DW. I gave him a hug and a kiss. And he'll remember that for a long time, and so will a lot of other people. Anyhow, I'm in the Hall of Fame. I can't tell you how honored I am, how happy I am, how relieved I am, and what a great group of guys to go in with. I love this class. I mean, Cale and I, 2 drivers, 2 rivals that we've really raced hard against each other. And he gave me the nickname Jaws. I don't know if you know that or not. I'm going to start calling him Catfish. You know why? Catfish is a whole mouth. But don't tell him I said that, because he's sensitive. He's a sensitive man. But anyway, he gives me the nickname Jaws. And that's okay. I thought it was funny. You know, hold the shark, bite, die, die. I could chew up a few things in my time. Cars, guys, NASCAR. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Did it make me the most popular guy in the world? No, not really. But I had fun, and I think a lot of people had fun with me. But anyway, Cale's in, I'm in. Glenn Wood. Here's something people don't know. You know, we talk about the Wood brothers. You would assume that Glenn and Leonard own the race team together. That's not true. Leonard Wood is an employee of Wood Brothers Racing. Glenn Wood actually owns the team and has for 60 years. And I didn't even know that. I thought they were kind of partners. But Glenn has owned the team, Glenn drove, and Leonard's always been the chief mechanic. And so Glenn Wood, a car owner's been in this sport for 60 years, and all the things they've done, the great races they've won, the great drivers they've had, it made perfectly good sense. And then Richie Evans. Richie Evans, I know you may not know what a modified is, but up north in the Northeast, he was God. He was God of racing in the Northeast. Those little modified cars, number 61, it's the only number that's ever been retired. There you go, retired. You retar a car. I actually retired, and they retired the number. Sometimes I get so confused. Just bear with me. Anyhow, Richie Evans, super great modified driver. And then Dale Inman. I love Dale Inman. He's been a good friend almost since I got in the sport. And here's the thing about Dale. If Richard Petty could come and he got that old long index finger and he'd poke me in the chest and boy, 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 and I'd stand there and take it because he was the king. What was I supposed to do? But Dale Inman, when Dale Inman came up to you, he didn't poke you in the chest. He would grab you right under here, right under the backside of your arm and pinch. And really hard. I mean, it'd make a blood blister. It hurt so bad. And so when I saw Dale Inman coming in and I knew he was mad at me, I just about wanted to turn and run. But Dale has been I don't like that. I hate when people say probably. Dale Inman has been the greatest crew chief in our sport to date. 8 championships, 7 with Richard and 1 with Terry Labonte. So this is a great class, and I hope that the committee uses this class for a template kind of going forward. That maybe as they go down the road now, it's always debate about who should get in, the old guys, young guys, new guys. But I think when you look at this class, this is a good template. 2 drivers, a car owner, someone from another sport, another series in NASCAR, and a crew chief. I like the balance in this class. So I'm happy. I'm thrilled to death. And one other thing before I go. I know getting in the NASCAR Hall of Fame to me is the most important thing that's ever happened to me. What I didn't realize is, I was in Michigan last week, Detroit. I was in San Antonio Monday. Everywhere I've gone, and here at home, at the Legends playing golf, people that I didn't have any idea knew anything about racing have come up to me and congratulated me on getting in the Hall of Fame. And I think, how could they even know? People in San Antonio in a hotel, how would they even know? But if you think about it, put it in perspective, baseball, football, all the other Hall of Fames are famous. And when you get into one of those Hall of Fames, it's a great accomplishment, a credible moment. And people are identifying the NASCAR Hall of Fame with the other Hall of Fames, and they know what a big deal it is. And so they actually have seen my picture in the paper, and they realize who I am and what I've done. So it's the greatest honor I've ever received. I've worn this championship ring. Whoops, this championship, I don't have it on, sorry. I've worn the championship ring I got in 1982. I've been playing golf, so I don't have it on right now. I wear it every day of my life. But when I get that Hall of Fame ring, that 1982 championship ring is retired, and I'll be wearing that Hall of Fame ring the rest of my life. Very, very important day in my life, in my career, and I'm so happy and pleased.